Enchanting evening, dear listeners. I, Alexian, am delighted to welcome you to my library of wonders. Today, I will tell you a tale of courage and kindness, about how anyone can achieve great things if they dare to try. But remember, this is no ordinary library, and my story will come to life as if by magic. Let's take my magical compass, which will open the path to the tale, and embark on this wonderful journey together. In a distant kingdom, beyond high mountains and deep forests, lived a little dragon named Flix. He was the youngest in his family and always dreamed of adventures. Despite his small size, Flix had a big heart and incredible bravery. One day, as the sun was just beginning to rise over the horizon, Flix overheard the old wise dragon, the guardian of the kingdom, talking about a missing magical stone that maintained peace and harmony in their world. Without this stone, the kingdom could fall into chaos. Flix decided that this was his chance to prove himself and help his people. He approached the wise dragon and said, "I will find the magical stone and return it to our kingdom." The wise dragon looked at Flix with surprise, but saw determination in his eyes and said, "This is a dangerous journey, little dragon, but if you are truly ready, I will give you a map to help you find the way." With the map in his paws and courage in his heart, Flix set off on his journey. Along the way, Flix encountered an enchanted labyrinth made of tall living hedges that constantly changed their positions. This labyrinth was full of illusions that could confuse any traveler. Flix knew he needed to be attentive and rely on his instincts to find the exit. Inside the labyrinth, Flix met a little firefly who was also lost. The firefly offered his help, saying, "I can light your way if you help me find the way out." Together, they began searching for the exit, following the firefly's light and avoiding the illusions that tried to confuse them. Helping each other, Flix and the firefly soon found the central part of the labyrinth, where an ancient tree grew. This tree was the key to solving the labyrinth. Flix noticed that the shadow of the tree pointed to a hidden path leading to the exit. Following the shadow, they managed to escape the labyrinth. After Flix and the firefly emerged from the labyrinth, they stopped by a lake to rest and discuss what each of them would do next. The firefly, glowing with joy, said, "Thank you, Flix, for your help. Without you, I would never have found the way out. Now I must return to my family, but I will always remember our adventure." Flix smiled and replied, "Thank you for the light that guided me on my journey. I'm glad we could help each other. Good luck, Firefly." They said their goodbyes, and the firefly flew towards his home, leaving a glowing trail behind. Inspired by their shared success, Flix continued his journey. But next, his path led through a valley inhabited by giant stone golems. These creatures were peaceful but very slow and unaware of their surroundings. Flix had to pass through the valley without disturbing them. He noticed that the golems moved in rhythm with the wind passing through the rocks. Flix began to move in the same rhythm as the golems, and thanks to his agility and attentiveness, he was able to pass through the valley without disturbing a single one. Finally, after a long and arduous journey, Flix reached the cave where the magical stone was kept. The cave was guarded by a huge and fearsome dragon who did not want to give up the stone. But Flix was not afraid. he approached the dragon and said, "I have not come to fight. I have come to restore peace to our kingdom." Hearing these words, the huge dragon pondered. He saw in the little dragon not only courage, but also kindness. "You are truly brave, little dragon," he said. "I will give you the stone if you promise to use it for good." Flix solemnly promised, and the huge dragon handed him the magical stone. Happy and proud, Flix returned to his kingdom, where he was welcomed as a hero. The magical stone was returned to its place, and peace once again reigned in the kingdom. Since then, Flix became a symbol of courage and kindness, showing everyone that even the smallest can achieve great things if they have a kind heart and bravery. And so our tale ends. It's time to activate the compass and return to the Library of Wonders. But before we say goodbye, I want to ask you a few questions to reflect on what you might have learned from Flix's adventures. In what situations in your life could you show the same attentiveness and resourcefulness as Flix in the labyrinth? Why is it important to maintain kindness and courage, even when facing those who may seem formidable or unfriendly, as Flix did with the huge dragon? What qualities of Flix would you like to develop in yourself to become better and help others? Thank you for joining me on this magical journey. I hope you found this enchanting story as interesting and captivating as I did. Until next time, my dear listeners, I eagerly await our next adventure.